Hello daisy chains, I hope you're well. Today is going to be another witchcraft video and we're going to be talking all about protection. So the different methods that come from witchcraft that I use in my craft specifically to feel a little bit more protected as I go about my day. Sometimes it's a little bit more of a stronger hold of protection, so if I wanted something that was like more permanent, which I wouldn't suggest going for like permanency. During spell work I feel like energies are constantly moving, and if you kind of put like a dam in an energy field, things are kind of build up, and I just would not recommend having something that's permanent. You always want to switch out your protection and just kind of do a new thing every so often. I'd say every month. Like if you did a protection spell, I'd say maybe do like a candle protection spell, I'd say do another one the next month. I feel like candle spells especially, like they work really well at first, but I feel like a lot of the time they kind of go quick enough as well. So yeah, I think it's all about switching out your protection and just kind of renewing it so that the energy is nice and fresh and new. Here are some of the things that I like to do to protect my energy, and the first thing is, especially when you're going outside, you can veil. So that just includes throwing on a sacred piece of cloth over your head. It doesn't even have to be cloth. Sometimes I use like a string through a braid, or like I use a bow or something. Sometimes I use a scarf as well. It just kind of depends on what energy I'm going for and also like what look I'm going for. So, you know, you don't have to sacrifice your physical appearance for witchcraft. You can look cute and also have a little protection going on at the same time. But the main point behind this is that it kind of is protecting your head energy, so things kind of aren't getting into your head as easily. Helps with social anxiety for me, and like sometimes I feel a little bit sensitive to like certain looks, the way people look at me and stuff like that, and I get overthinking a lot. And also, you know, some people are just kind of rude when you're going out and about, so I feel like having a veil on my head just kind of protects my energy from it. It makes me think about it a lot less and just kind of gets me into the present moment, which I really like. Something that's really important and to remember is that it's really important to visualize when you do witchcraft, and I know some people can't visualize, but if you can even bring up some sort of feeling that you want to feel when you're protected, I'd really recommend it. And if you can visualize, just visualize like a circle of energy, kind of like a wall surrounding you. I usually visualize like a black ball surrounding me, but it's like slightly see-through and transparent in some way, so that it's kind of like a filter, like it blocks the things that would hurt me, but if anything good that wants to come in as well, like I let that come in too. So I think everything's about your intention and what you manage to visualize in witchcraft. Something else that kind of goes hand in hand with veiling, like I said earlier, is even doing a braid. It's called knot magic. So if you kind of state your intention as you're braiding, even like some sort of string into your hair, it can be anything that you braid into your hair, it could even be flowers. But if you state your intention while you're braiding it, it can kind of like wrap up the intentions in your hair, and obviously your hair is attached to you, and that's a tag lock, and I feel like it's especially powerful if it's like on you as well, like if you're wearing it and it's like in you, if that makes sense, like your hair is kind of in you. Take the braid out at the end of the day and then do a new one in the morning. I feel like braids have definitely helped a lot, specifically if you are seeing anyone that clashes with your energy. Having a braid in your hair, it's like a very subtle form of protection, but it definitely works, and I really like it. It's helped me a lot before, so I think it would help you. Third thing is probably something that you'd have to have a little bit more energy for, but it is to just do a protection spell. There's so many different ways that you can do spells. You can have a tag lock, you can have a candle, you can have a pouch, a jar. There's so many different options. So if you figure out what type of ingredients that you want to use, so black obsidian is amazing for protection. Same with black tourmaline. Those two crystals I would highly recommend for protection. I also like to set a little bit of love around my protection as well, like self-love. So I would recommend personally rose quartz too. And if there's any sort of nature material that you would consider protection as well in your craft, I feel like for me, I just kind of take the things that I would consider protective, that would have a bit of protective qualities around it, and then I put it in a spell. Like you could even use like a cactus prick or something like that. But yeah, for me, I just kind of go along with my intuition. What does this object give me? What's the energy that comes out of this object? Okay, I'll use that for the spell. I would also recommend using black salt. This is a very, once again, like a low-key, kind of like the braid thing, but if you put black salt along your windowsills and your door, it can protect any unwanted energies from coming into your house, which I think is really good. And just having protective symbolism around your house as well for the protection of the home. And of course, one of the last things I want to talk about today is prayers. And a lot of people consider prayers to be a part of like religions and stuff, but I feel like in my craft I pray a lot. I love to just pray to my spirit guides and my higher self. So if you can say some sort of prayer protection, like I close my energy off to anything that isn't of my highest good. And even just saying that, it will make you feel a little bit better about going about your day, because you know now that the universe is only going to put things that are good for you in your way. And you can think about it as if, like, if something bad does happen, that is something that is for your highest good, because it's going to be something that you're going to learn a little bit about later down the line. So I know this video is a bit rushed, but I really hope that you liked this video. I hope it made you learn something in some sort of way, and I will see you guys in the next one.